we come with that heat, we got skip on the.
Long time no see. UFC 320 breakdown here on Million Dollar Radio. And it has been a long time since we've seen this face. Coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. Everybody, welcome in Kyle to the chat. Welcome in, Kyle. Welcome in. Kyle, it's been over a month since we've talked to each other.
I talked to you doing? Last night, Skyler.
How you living, man?
Dude, living it up over here in Memphis. Tell you that much.
Can you give us an update on how the Dana White Contender Series has been? I know we watched it together kind of last night, but what's been your overall take on this season?
Hey guys, I gave you an underdog last time, Tommy McMillan.
Yep.
Overall take on the season, dude. It's been a fun season. It's been good fight. I think it's been the best matchups I've seen at least in a while.
Yeah.
So last night was even pretty scrappy in most of those fights. Some of them obviously were heavy one-sided, but pretty fun.
Yeah, some like real heavy favorites were struggling too. But anyways, enough of that. We're not here to talk about the Contender Series. We're here to talk about the here and now. We got 2 championship title fights on the line on Saturday night. UFC 320. It'll be Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira 2. And in the co-main event, we got Merab Dvalishvili and Corey Sandhagen. And Kyle, this main card is stacked. The last 3 fights are all got to do with fighters that we know a lot about. Maybe you more than I do still at this point. But my boy Jiri, Kyle, he's back in action in the octagon. And Jiri is one of those guys where when I first started getting into UFC, when you were getting me into it, man, Jiri was he made me a fan favorite for sure. But he's got a tough match on Saturday night, tough fight against Khalil Rountree Jr. So the main card goes like this. Starts off 10 o'clock Saturday night, Joe Pyfer, Abbas Magomedov, and then Josh Emmett will fight Yusuf Zalal. And then it's the Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Rountree Jr. Then we got the co-main event with Merab and Corey Sandhagen. Before the main event, Poatan, Alex Pereira, and Magomed Ankalaev. Pereira had, 3 or 4 title defenses before Magomed took it from him back in, March? I think it was March, right? Feels like it was just like a month ago. We're already into October now, Kyle. That's kind of crazy. Life is flying by. So let's just go ahead and get into it, Kyle. We got the first fight in the main card, Abbas Magomedov and Joe Pyfer. Pyfer is 6 years younger. Abbas Magomedov is 35 years old. 28-6-1 for Abbas, 14-3 for Joe Pyfer. Last 5 for Pyfer, 4-1, 3-2 for Magomedov, although he is on a 3-fight win streak. 14 knockouts, 7 submissions, 7 decisions for Abbas. 9 knockouts, 3 submissions, 2 decisions for Joe Pyfer. Pyfer did fight in UFC 316 back in June. I had him, I think it was a knockout, was my bet against Kevin Gastelum. But
no, he took him to the decision.
I know, but my pick was for him to knock him out. And
yes, it was.
Kevin Gastelum, he's got an iron jaw, I guess. But yeah, a little disappointing in that fight for Joe Pyfer, but I think he was probably more disappointed in himself than I was in him. But Abbas does have they're the same height, but they do have, Abbas has a 3-inch reach advantage. Both fighters fight in the orthodox stance. How do you see this one going, Kyle? Getting the main card started Saturday night. What happens? What do you think?
I think Abbas is good. I think Joe Pyfer's better. I think Joe Pyfer will win the fight. I think that it is expected to end in maybe the first 1 or 2 rounds. I think it will get into that round 2, round 3 stage. I'm kind of liking the finish in round 2 if I were to just throw a crazy bet out there, but we won't talk bets now. But I could just see this one going to at least round 2. getting out of that first round because what I know about Abbas is he has a lot of decisions, I believe. So curious to see how that is.
Yeah, 7 decisions for Abbas. He has 14 knockouts, seven submissions as well. Joe Pyfer, not great at defending the low kicks, but his conditioning is top tier. Can't really say the same for Abbas, who seems to get a little sloppy as the fight goes on. But I do like Joe Pyfer in this one. We'll get to our picks, like you said, here in just a little bit. Minus 260 on the money line for Pyfer, plus 196 for the underdog, Abbas Magomedov. That'll be the main card opener, middleweight 185 weight class. And then right after that, we're getting into Josh Emmett, Yusuf Zalal. Josh Emmett, plus 350 on the money line. Heavy favorite for Zalal, minus 520. 11 years younger. Do you think Josh Emmett, being 11 years older, maybe more of a veteran stance in this fight, or maybe that young gun Zalal, try to say that 5 times fast. Maybe Zalal gets the better of him. He is 17-5-1. Josh Emmett is 19-5-0. 5-0 in the last 5 for Zalal. He actually is on a 7-fight win streak right now. His last loss came in 2021. As for Emmett, he is 2-3 in his last 5. He's got that firepower, but Zalal really seems to keep the range pretty well, Kyle.
I could see this one going one or two ways. I see Josh Emmett pulling a veteran move and just outclassing him, taking it to the decision. Or I could see what me and you talked about before this, a knee coming up the middle, because when Josh Emmett throws that overhand right, his head dips low. And I think I've seen one or two of Zalal's fights where he throws those knees, so we'll see.
Yeah. And he does have more range, does Zalal. 5'10". Emmett is 5'6". Only a 2-inch reach advantage for the switch fighter, Yusuf Zalal. Josh Emmett is orthodox. This is a featherweight bout. It worries me whenever I see a veteran like Josh Emmett, such a big underdog, against a guy a lot younger than him. A lot of times those young guys come up, they show why they're the heavy favorites, but when you're going up against a veteran like Emmett, he's seen it all at this point. And would not surprise me if you take Josh Emmett money line plus 350 and you end up walking away with some cash. That's all I'll say right now before we get into our bets. But Jiri Prochazka, my boy Jiri, Kyle. I know we're going against each other in this one. Khalil Rountree Jr. in this light heavyweight bout. Not going to necessarily say this is for a #1 contender, as you do have Ulberg as well in that light heavyweight division. But both about the same age. Jiri 3 years younger, 32, and Khalil is 35 years old. But a lot more fights under Jiri's belt. He is 31-5-1. And as for Khalil Rountree Jr., 15-6. Rountree is 4-1 in his last 5. His only loss was to Powhatan Alex Pereira. And Jiri is 3-2 in his last 5, but both of those losses came to Alex Pereira. Both of these guys are knockout specialists. Jiri does have a 2-inch height advantage, 3.5-inch reach advantage. He is orthodox, and Rountree is southpaw. How do you see this one happening, Kyle?
One thing I know is both of these guys are coming off wins against Jamal Hill. Anyways, I gotta say, I mean, Khalil. I like Khalil's style, that Muay Thai stance. He's gonna chop it. Yuri's legs. I think Jiri. I mean, granted, they say there are positives to keeping your hands low. Like, you don't really know where the punch is coming from. It's harder to read. But I think in Yuri's case, it's not going to help him against Khalil Rountree, who is such like a technical fighter and who looks so good at every aspect of his game.
Yeah, Jiri is kind of unorthodox, even though he is an orthodox stance fighter. Very unorthodox in his head movement and how he has his hands and stuff. He's just a samurai out there. I really believe that. Not sure, has his hair grown back yet? I'm guessing he doesn't have the top knot. Yeah, he doesn't have that top knot. But Anyways, yeah, I love Yuri. Like I said, he made me a fan early whenever I first started getting into the UFC and everything. Um, I'd love to see him win. He's a minus 186 favorite. Khalil Rountree is the slight underdog plus 144. And Kyle, that seemed to surprise you earlier when you saw the lines on that.
Yeah, I think that it's insane to me that Khalil is the underdog here. I guess, yeah, he didn't knock Jamal Hill out like Yuri did. The one thing I don't like that Khalil is fighting literally what, June, I think? June he fought Khalil or Jamal. So that's a quick turnaround. Might be too quick for Yuri, but I'm still going to take Khalil either by knockout and or just money line. I know we'll do our picks later, but there's an insight to it.
Yeah. Um, I like Yuri. I think he's very exciting, but he does worry me with how he does have his hands. Um, he seems to, whenever he's in that flow state, he can read the other fighter very well and react very quickly. And I think that's why he defends the way he does with his hands. But all it takes is one hit from Khalil Rountree right to the jaw. And it does worry me that in his last 5 fights, he's been knocked out twice, or at least a TKO to Alex Pereira. So don't want to necessarily say he's got a glass jaw, but after you take a couple from Poetan, it wouldn't surprise me if something like that happened either. But on to the co-main event, the first title fight of the night in the bantamweight division. We got Merab Dvalishvili minus 440 on the money line. Corey Sandhagen, the challenger, plus 310. Merab is 34, Corey 33. Merab 20-4 in his career, 18-5 for Corey Sandhagen. Not too much different in the records, although Merab is 5-0, 13 in a row, 13-fight win streak, hasn't lost since April 2018. And for Corey Sandhagen, 4-1 in the last 5. Only loss was to Umar Nurmagomedov, who Merab did beat back in February, I think it was.
I think that sounds right.
Corey does have a 5-inch height advantage, 2-inch reach advantage in this one, the switch fighter. How do you see the co-main event happening? I know Merab, the machine, there's a reason they call him the machine. Do you think Corey has a chance in this one? Because the lines tend to think not.
I think it's a bit absurd again that we have this underdog as well. I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm expecting him to be the underdog, but by this much is insane to me. To count Corey out when he trains with such good people and he is such a like composed fighter. He's so technical. He's easily one of my favorite fighters to watch just in a of a fan standpoint, like fan of the whole game, ground game, everything, how he gets out of certain positions, how he maybe enters a certain position. I think that it's beautiful. I really thought Figgy would have kind of done a little more, but the fact that he couldn't shows me just how good Corey Sandhagen is and how hungry he is. I'm not saying this because of the Sean O'Malley loss, but give me Corey. Give me
Okay.
Corey.
All right. I did see where Michael Bisping said that this could be the toughest challenge in Merab's career, especially in his title defenses here lately. Do you think that is true?
I do think that's true solely because um, Merab, even right whenever Corey got pretty much announced that he's going to fight him next, he said, "Wow, the first person I've liked, I'm going to fight," or something like that. So it obviously means Merab is a fan of Corey. That could hurt Corey because if someone's a fan of you, they obviously know your moves, they know how you are in certain positions. Merab is a machine, though. Merab might take him down. The one thing I didn't like about the Figgy fight is Figgy was like he took Corey down so easily,
Yeah.
and so did Umar. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't think he's necessarily a submission threat again. I think Sean O'Malley just poked his head out, gave him his neck pretty much when he was trying to belly out. Thought he had more time on the clock. Um, so I don't think he's such a submission threat, but I am curious to see if he can get some ground and pound in Marab, that is, since Corey is easier to take down, as seen in the Umar and the Figgy fight.
Yeah, and in the Figgy fight, Corey did get taken down, but he was able to roll around and ended up not really getting a submission. It was a stoppage due to guy's knee getting basically torn apart. And I think he said he went for an ankle lock, and the way they rolled around, he caught him in a certain way and knew pretty much his
I'm
yeah.
telling you, he trains with Ryan Hall, dude, the king of 50-50. I think he's the inventor of the 50-50. If Merab wants to roll around that in that position, he's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to be careful because, like we know, he is a machine, but that can also, he doesn't think about the threats until they're actual threats. So, I mean, it's going to be a scary night. It'd be cool to see Sean and Corey fight, but will that be for the title? Because I don't see Sean fighting for the title. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, Merab has definitely proven himself, not only in his, he is on a 13-fight win streak. He's proven himself 13 fights in a row, but to win the title over Sean and to defend it, 3 or 4 times here in the last calendar year almost, I mean, he's a machine. He's a machine. He's definitely earned that name for sure. But on to the main event, Kyle. Alex Pereira got his title taken away from Magomed Ankalaev back in March. Ankalaev in this rematch, the champion, minus 265 on the money line, and Pereira, Poatan, plus 200. Ankalaev is 5 years younger. He's 33. Alex Pereira, 38. 21-1-1 for Ankalaev. 12-3 for Alex Pereira, who was 4-1 in his last 5. And for Magomed Ankalaev, 3-0-2 in his last 5. He defeated Johnny Walker twice and Rakic once, and then had a no contest and a draw, I think, in his other 2. But in his last 5 for Pereira, he's defeated Jiri twice, Khalil Rountree, Jamal Hill, and then lost to Ankalaev. So both of these guys definitely knockout artists, although Ankalaev does have a lot of fights that go to decision, which we saw in the 5-round championship fight back in March. Pereira is an inch taller with a 4-inch reach advantage. Both fighters are orthodox. I'm going to tell you this. I want to see a finish in this fight. I want to see a finish. I don't want this to go 5 rounds into unanimous decision because Ankalaev just holds Pereira up against the cage. And for Pereira, don't let him hold you up against the cage. Easier said than done. I wouldn't be able to get him off me, that's for sure. But do you think Pereira has a chance in this one, Kyle?
No. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I mean, obviously he has puncher's chance. Everybody has, that puncher's chance. He could catch him clean. I think everyone's saying, oh, well, Pereira learned a lot from the first fight. He's not going to let that happen again. He's going to learn Ankh and he's going to beat him. Well, I hate to say it, but same thing goes the other way where the other fighter learns, that person too. He knows Alex's strong points now. He knows how to, what escape he's going to use, against the cage. Going to probably circle out or something like that. I think I could see this fight ending in a knockout because I did see Alex getting wobbled and Ankalaev didn't really pressure him, and when he did, he kind of pushed him up against the cage. I gave him like breathing room. I I just see Big Ankh getting this one, Big Ankalaev getting this done either by KO or sub.
Yeah. I hope, like I said, I hope to see a finish. I don't want it to go the distance, unless it's just a slobber knocker back and forth and somehow both guys remain standing at the end of it. That would be awesome to see. But if it is kind of, I don't want to call it a snooze fest, but the last one was a fight where also like Pereira didn't really unleash his demons. And I felt like,
dude, he couldn't.
Yeah, but also like I just felt like there were so many times where he did catch him once or twice, and same for Ankalaev as well. Ankalaev was he said in the UFC embedded the countdown video where he caught him a few times and realized that when he went back to watch the fight, he didn't follow through and he didn't try to finish him. So I do see this one not going the distance and somebody coming out on top with a knockout.
I will say, I think these both are very high IQ fighters. And that being said, I believe there will be a finish to your case. If it's on Alex's end, I did hear maybe he wasn't at 100%. I hear that, oh, he learned a lot. But the thing is, I've seen him on social media way too often lately. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but that obviously means like,
Isn't he
dude, what are you
filming
doing?
a movie?
Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, dude, I've seen him in way too much social media lately. So I'm like, come on, like Ankalaev, you don't. Granted, I don't really follow either one of them. So, but I don't see Ankalaev as much as I see Alex out. Not saying, I guess, against anything. Maybe he balances them well, but at what
No,
cost?
I don't think Ankalaev is the type of guy to be looking to gain followers on social media. Uh, take that as you will, but
Oh, and I'll say this. I remember Islam predicting they started talking about Pereira and Islam said, "Give him Ankalaev. Give him Ankalaev." And like obviously what happened was the decision. I think this time there'll be a little truth behind Islam's statement of give him Ankalaev. There's going to be a reason why you gave him them, you know?
yeah,
I do like Pereira. I like his star power. He's literally a star. I can't remember who I was heard talking about this, but he gets you know, noticed all the time. So
yeah. I also saw where Habib was saying that Ankalaev could be one of the best to ever do it. So if Pereira can't get the belt back in this one, do you see anybody coming up to be able to take that from Ankalaev? I mean, you got Yuri, you got Khalil, Ulberg as well. Do you think any of
I
those
think
guys will be able
Ulberg will
to?
be maybe the best test.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really they're just so inactive in that like I say inactive, granted they literally just fought what? He just fought in June, all this like I just feel like the champions besides Pereira, when Pereira got the belt, that's when it started rolling. And I respect that a lot.
yeah,
So that's one thing I will miss if Pereira does lose this fight. I miss like the activeness of like the champ.
yeah. And also, MMA Guru did have a destiny take where he was saying that we need Pereira to win this title back. We need Pereira to move up to heavyweight to be able to challenge Big Tom Aspinall at the UFC card for the White House card in the UFC for just the movie's sake, the movie storyline's sake, to be able to really put a blockbuster main event together for that. That would be the best way to go about it because as we know, Dana White's not going to let John Jones fight on that card.
I think as much as I love MMA Guru, I think that Alex Pereira does not need to win for that to happen. I could see him maybe losing
True,
this fight. Now,
true.
granted, that's when people will question why does he even deserve it? He's a star. Shut up. Like I think we're
Yeah.
gonna see a lot of fights on this next, this White House card that people are like, why are they getting a shot like they are? I think it's just time to zip it and just let the stars fight. And they may not be equal in talent, but who's to say that? We haven't seen them yet.
And who's also to say how much longer somebody like Pereira is going to be in the UFC taking these fights? Somebody like Islam or, even Ilya Taporia. Who knows how long these guys are going to be in the UFC fighting the way they are? The only
We
guy that,
need we need one title fight. All right, we need not one, but we need the title fight for the White House card. I don't care if they're American or not. We need Ilya and Islam. That's the bottom
yeah,
line.
yeah, we definitely need that.
That's what
They
everybody
need to
needs. That's
make
what,
that happen.
and they need to do it now while they're in the prime because they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait and they're gonna wait just so they don't lose two stars in one fight. Realistically, we saw Dustin and Connor fight. Connor's still a massive star. Dustin was still a star at that time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he was a diamond.
Yeah, I see what you did there. But it has been. Has it been confirmed yet that we're getting Connor and Michael Chandler in that card, or is that still just kind of talks at this point?
I think it's a very strong, probably so. But like, are we setting up for Michael Chandler to just win? I don't see Connor doing it. He still has that left hand. Let me shut up.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it. This isn't me. This is literally me complaining about the person getting the fight. Why are they getting the fight? He's a star. Let me zip it and just enjoy it.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Well, enough of the hearsay. Let's get down to the
Fades, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna try to find the fades where everybody watching now can fade exactly what we say. No, but the plays for UFC 320, I've got a few. Some I like, some I don't like, but I don't think that means a damn thing. I'll tell you that, whether I like it or not. I will start with mine, I guess. Some of these fights, I've just got a little sprinkle on there, just because
Sprinkle dinkle section.
little sprinkle dinkle. For the first fight, Abbas Magomedov and Joe Pyfer. I like Pyfer by KO. That is plus 135. Also, if you want to sprinkle on this one, Pyfer knockout round 2 plus 700. I like that one. But my main play for this one, I'm going to go over 1.5 rounds minus 138. That's one I feel pretty good about. Pyfer by KO, if he gets it in round 1 and, the over 1.5 rounds doesn't hit, then I'm not going to be too mad about it. But just imagine a world, Joe Pyfer, 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock in round 2, gets a knockout, and all 3 of those cash. Can you imagine that, Kyle?
I'm not going to go to those depths, but I'm just going to say my play here is Pyfer by knockout plus 135.
Yeah, I'm with you there, which means if we both agree on it, then it's definitely not happening, right?
Fade that one.
Josh Emmett plus 350 on the money line, minus 520 Yusuf Zalal. Anything on this one, Kyle?
I had a sprinkle dinkle play on this one, which was Josh Emmett by points plus 1100. He could play like I said, the vet play of poking at him, finding out his game, getting the legs, just getting, some things going, and then eventually winning this one by decision, plus 1100. Overall, I guess like Zalal by knockout would be interesting.
Zalal by knockout plus 1,000. I can't believe it was that high. I really couldn't. But like we said earlier, if Emmett is coming over with those right hands and just takes a knee up the middle, that would be something that I could see happening. I do like. I don't know if I've ever placed one of these bets before, Kyle. I like Zalal decision no bet minus 152, meaning if it goes to decision, it's a void, you get your money back, and if he wins, then if he gets a finish at all, that's minus 152 for me. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like that. So on to the Jiri and Khalil fight. Jiri Prochazka minus 186 plus 144 for Khalil Rountree Jr. What do you have on this one?
I have to say, Khalil moneyline, my safe play, plus 144. And then for a little lotto play, I'm going to have to say by knockout, plus 350.
Okay. We're going against each other in this one.
Somebody's got to win.
Yeah, I like Jiri. I was thinking just taking Jiri money line, laying the cheddar right there. Also, if you want to save a few dollars, decision or double chance, knockout or decision, minus 160 for Jiri. I also like Jiri knockout in rounds 2 or 3. If you want to go that route, that's plus 280. But my main play in this one, I just want to see these guys tag each other up and make it last. Over 1.5 rounds, minus 152 for me. I really like that one.
I'm going to go under then.
Okay. And I don't blame you for it. So, Merab and Corey in the co-main event, Bantamweight title on the line. I don't really have anything for this one other than a little sprinkle, Kyle, but I'll let you get to that because I think we're on the same page.
I have a sprinkle on this one, which is Corey sub. I'm looking at odds real quick now for no distance on this fight because there's one thing for show, 2 things for certain. I don't think. Oh, this one no distance is plus 240.
Ooh.
Merab's been promising I'm going to knock him out, which he's done that before. But Corey, I think that he'll either try to scramble out of a position and maybe put himself in a worse position, or maybe he'll put himself in a great position and end the fight. So I'm going to say this one, no distance, plus 240. I know that sounds crazy because we're probably going to get 3 knockouts in a row.
Yeah. Merab is 20-4 in his career, only 3 knockouts and 2 submissions with 15 decisions in his career. So that would be going against the grain right there. I do like the sprinkle right here, Corey by sub plus 2,500. The no distance plus 240. I might have to ride with you on that one, Kyle. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play anything on this fight. Mine is just like sprinkling a few bucks on that and leaving it alone.
Yeah, that's one that I just want to kick
Merab
my feet
is
up
good,
and enjoy
dude.
it.
Yeah, Merab's good. I do like the fact that he is good because it gives me juicy odds like that in case something crazy happened.
Yeah.
People are forgetting who Corey Sandhagen is. Dude, that's the Sandman.
Sandman.
Come on.
And on to the main event, Magomed Ankalaev, Alex Pereira. Excuse me, I got some burps going on. Minus 265 on the money line for Onk, plus 200 for Poatan. I've got one play and one play only. I want to see a finish. Under 4.5 rounds, minus 128.
Okay.
That's my play. That's
spicy, brother.
5-round bouts. Both of these guys, I mean, they went to decision last time. Magomed Ankalaev seemed like he could have finished Alex Pereira 2 or 3 different times in that fight. Alex Pereira got that chef's kiss with that left hook. I mean, come on. Under 4.5 rounds.
Unk by a KO or sub, brother. Plus 195.
Okay, so both of us want to see a finish in this one. Do you think?
Dude, let's be real. By the time it gets to the last fight, I think everybody can agree. Like, come on, let's like
trying to go to bed?
some action. Yeah, let's see some action. Especially if the Merab fight's boring, dude. Let's see some action.
Yeah. Not that they're going in there worried about what we're thinking, but
I will say, the Khalil fight concerns me only because I saw the way he fought Jamal Hill, and he even said, "Hey, like I had to be cautious, dude. Like I had to watch out for myself." So I'm curious to see if that'll play up again.
do you think he'll have that same caution with a crazy man like Jiri Prochazka?
I think he's going to let Jiri just throw things, and he's going to react accordingly.
Okay.
And then he's going to counter him and knock him out.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding.
I guess we'll see.
There is one play that I'm going to mention on the prelims. There's no odds for it yet. I think Patchy Mix had a bad start. I even bet against him. I told you I like Batista. I love Mario. I think he's a dog, and I think that a lot of people give him discredit. I'm really curious to see how he does against Umar. I think he'll do really well. I think he's countered out. That's silly, just like the counting out Corey. Silly. I think Patchy Mix is good. Maybe he just had like those, the first fight kind of like scares, and it's hard to have Mario Batista in front of you, dude. A lot of people just think he's like a can or some sort. I'm like, what? So I think I'll take Patchy Mix by KO or sub. I think he'll get it done this time, and he'll show that this is why I belong here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see Saturday night, UFC 320. Is it in? It's in Las Vegas, right? The fight capital of the world.
T-Mobile Arena, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's in Las Vegas, it's not in the Sphere. I think we would know that at this point. But
it's not in the Sphere.
But
this one's in the Square.
It is on the sphere that we call Earth. And you could take that to the bank
and cash it. But you know what you're not cashing?
What, Yuri money line?
These bets, boy. These bets. We're not cashing these things.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If both of us take money line in that Yuri fight, one of us is going to win, because I have never seen a draw in any of the fights that I've ever watched live. So I'd say one of us is going to win.
Yeah, watch it be a draw now.
That was like us talking smack back and forth with the Packers and Cowboys game.
I was about to say that. Hey, don't you worry. Go Cowboys.
Hey, I got the cheese head up there.
We're both bad. We're both bad.
We're represented pretty well on the pod. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. Kyle, do you have any final words?
Final words. Let's see here. End of the month, I believe. Danny Barlow fights, moving up a weight class. Got to go with my boy Danny Barlow. Knockout. Okay. I'm calling it.
And we'll have.
I'm really curious to see how he does in the another weight class.
And October, now that we're here, it is a huge month in the UFC. Not only do we have fight nights, not only do we have UFC 320 coming up Saturday night, but we've also got UFC 321 at the end of the month with big Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane coming up. So stay tuned to the... Go ahead.
Before we're about to run out here a minute. Okay, what we need to talk about is what fights just got announced.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that today.
What we see here, we got Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker, banger of a fight.
That'll be crazy.
And then the co-main to that one is hit me with it, Skylar.
I meant to send it to you so we'd have it saved.
I saw it. I literally saw it. It's sent to me, but my phone just died.
This is it's not live, but
Bilal and Ian
yeah.
Gary.
Ian Machado Gary. That's right.
Dude,
that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be a sick 2 fights right there.
Is it Abu Dhabi? Is that where it's at?
No, I think this one is in Qatar.
Oh, Qatar, yeah. Well, all right. That'll do it for us. UFC 320 breakdown here on $1 Million Radio. Tune in Saturday night, 10 o'clock. We've only got a handful of pay-per-views before we go onto the Paramount streaming platform. That is at the beginning of the year.
You got to get a picture.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit him with it.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, bring it a little closer. More in frame. There it is. Yeah. Now raise it up a little bit. Yeah, there it is.
You got to draw some glasses on me, dude.
Glasses,
edit them on.
Like sunglasses?
Yeah, edit some sunglasses. I don't have them on me today. That probably means I'm going to miss every play. Anyways.
That means I hit a couple, so
yeah,
I'll be happy with that. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I don't know why you're still watching, but yeah, those are our plays. Go fade us if you like. Go tell us if you want. UFC 320 breakdown here on $1 Million Radio. And as always, we'll see you next time.